poor fucking dudes are getting their dicks chopped off and they don't get to enjoy the mediocre, savory greasiness of a Croissan'wich?
It's 6:30 p.m. on a Tuesday. Why would you be naked?
No more big words, please. My friend. I barely know this guy. He's dying.
Man, I'm a real Rocky Dennis in the bedroom, if you know what I mean by that. Sound bad?
As bad as it can sound.
Good.
I've been taking anti-engineering classes on how to make this sound worse.
Okay.
Just to make it interesting. Nothing's interesting anymore, you know?
I hope you've been paying a shit ton of money for it.
Oh, yeah. I'm paying a gross amount of money. Because you want the best.
I'm paying out the ass, as the kids say.
I'm paying in the urethra, as the adults say.
I'm paying out the taint, as the old people say.
Well, that implies that it just burst open.
That implies that you have to spread your taint every time you want to make a purchase.
I mean, I don't have a problem with it. Could you imagine if I came in and you were working behind the same gas station counter for 40 years? And your life
people are starting to pay with their taint.
No, just me. But we don't know each other in this scenario. And I'm just like, hey, buddy.
We don't talk like that.
Back at Newport 100 and this Bud Light tall can.
That's how I talk now. And I drink Bud Light tall cans.
Why do you talk like you're so cool?
It's the years of being so fucking cool have really worn me down.
It's the years of being fucking insanely cool to only children that really begins to make you sound like Nick Nolte.
Hey, buddy. You want to throw me up with a little bit of that?
And then I show you my taint.
Hey, little man, you want to play Edward 40 Hands with me behind this 7-Eleven?
Yeah, that you're actively working at.
Yeah.
You're like, not right now.
I'm taking my first 15 soon. Didn't you just punch in? It's 10:03.
15 minutes to play Edward 40 Hands? You're going to mess something up in that shift, I promise you.
Man's a champ if he does it.
Hey, you want to drink 40 step to your hands in 15 minutes?
Hey, you boys want to play Edward 40 Hands and fire a couple of Roman candles at each other in front of this gas station?
You're like, I showed up because I thought you said something else, I guess, because this is not what I was picturing when we
This isn't
spoke.
what I wanted to see or be a part of it all.
Man, just stick around a little bit while it get better. Better.
It gets better, I promise. I promise if you just hang around me for just a little while, you'll just get a little drunk, it gets better, I promise.
This is how I've been talking in my house for months.
This is what my inner child sounds like constantly.
Oh, your inner child.
Hey,
Oh,
baby.
yeah. It's a...
Want to take me to the swing set?
Baby wants a bottle.
Need to play on the playground a little bit.
Hey, Ma, mind if I go down the slide for a little bit? I like the way I slid out like a pussy, you know?
Hey, Ma, pop a tit out. Give me some of that milk. Thirsty. You bitch, I'm thirsty.
Hey, Ma, you know what I'm saying? Milk, lemonade around the corner, buzzes, man. The baby puts out a cigar.
On her taint?
On his taint. And that's how you pay with credit.
Yes. Cue the commercial. Are you sick of using your phone because you don't know how it works? And you're just touching your phone and then touching the thing, and then you got to put the card in the chip, but you don't agree with that because from where back in your day you used to have to slide the card. Some places don't tell you any difference and took so long to get used to it. Are you sick of that? How about paying with your taint, baby? Go to self-checkout. Get confused
just get
on
up in front of that next time you need to go pay for something, instead of pulling your card out of your pocket, why don't you completely remove your pants and your shoes down to your socks and then lay down on the floor and spread your legs as far and as wide as humanly possible. Then our patented Taint Scanner 9000 will pop out and scan your taint, taking your credit score, birth type, and first and last name of your firstborn child. Then we process your payment. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3.
I hate when I show a machine my taint and they process my birth type because I never know what it means.
It's like birth type. weird tub birth. It's like, weird tub birth? Couldn't it just...
It says,
I mean, it's implied that it's weird because it's a tub birth, but it had to be weird.
It says birth type bitch, and you're like, wait. So I was
my mom. Either way, I'm not happy.
Yeah, but I'm significantly more angry about one of them, and the answer will surprise you as I pull my pants up.
And the answer will surprise you. Star Swipe 2.
Episode 152. Fuck. God damn it.
Holy
take it again. Let's do a clean take.
Take 2. Cut. Star
clean
Swipe. Take 2. Dapper Dad's episode 150 or what the fuck ever, baby. You want to come play Edward 40 Hands with a fucking podcast host after this? You bitch. I'll make your life better.
Dapper Dad's episode 152. The battle, yeah.
Hey, baby, how about you want to pop some Dapper Dad's uppers behind this motherfucking Chick-fil-A?
Dapper Dad's uppers, also known as shotguns of beer, as other people call them.
Also known as shotgunning a beer and snorting a pixie stick like an adult.
I prefer crushed up Smarties, but pick your poison, I always say, as I ransack the candy store.
You're just at the candy store crushing up and snorting candy and shotgunning beers. Well, you know, it really is you pick your poison. Hey, kid, you just gotta pick your poison. You know what I'm talking about.
Trying to make my body like a Coca-Cola Mentos combination.
You guys ever just take one of them big old fucking Polar Chug cups from the Mobile and stuff them full of Twinkies and King Cobra and mash it up and eat it? Fuck yeah. We call that scumbag stew.
Oh my God, could you imagine how that would taste? Delicious, just like
terrible.
Mom used to make.
just like the gabagool Mama used to make. Go ahead and take some Twinkies and mash them up in one of those big fucking cups with the penguin on it. It says real chill, and pour a fucking King Cobra into it. Stir it up, heat it up in the fucking microwave provided. And if you're feeling spicy, top it off with the nacho cheese chili dispenser.
Yeah, you know what the employees love is when someone microwaves a plastic cup of anything, let alone
but especially
Twinkie beer cheese. The yeastiest thing anyone's ever tasted. It is rising out of the microwave.
Enjoy your extra bready bread?
Yeah, I saw a tweet where someone was like, we got to stop pretending that we like beer. Who wants to drink hot yeast in the sun? And I was like, you son of a bitch. I've never been more offended before.
I saw one that said, go ahead and enjoy your bread-flavored 5% soda, and I had never been so offended before.
How dare these people? And
these people these motherfuckers
seltzers.
Drink one White Claw, and they get so fucking entitled.
Yeah, I don't enjoy the seltzers. We've been over this. It's a personal taste thing. I don't mind them. I'll take a sip or two, or unless I'm blackout drunk, I'll drink a bunch. But I didn't have any problems with anybody drinking it until these motherfuckers had a couple, and then they're like, oh, now beer tastes like shit. Fuck beer. And I'm like, whoa, you can't do that.
No, beer was there for you, motherfucker. Who was there for you when you were a kid and you had run out of liquor and you had to go in your dad's fridge and you found Schlitz beer and that's what you drank, or a Bud Light or a Miller Genuine Draft?
MGD. It's great. It's underrated.
Yeah, we're dads now.
I had a 6-pack. I know my quarantine beer selection has been all over the place, but at one point it did include a 6-pack of MGD, and I drank those first. They were great.
Really?
I enjoyed them. Yeah, they were great. I got High Lifes. I think we've been over this. They were not as good. I drank those last.
I'll take an MGD over a High Life. I'll say that.
But I thought I'm always at a place. Well, I used to be. Am I right? I'd always be somewhere, and there'd be like a $3 High Life at like towards the ending part of my night, and then I get it, and I'm like, this is fucking incredible. But then, just having
because I think it's one of those beers where you got to be drunk to enjoy it.
I don't know that. Like, if you ask me what a beer tastes like, it's High Life. I don't know how to explain that, but when I open up a High Life and I take a sip, I'm like, that is beer. Like, that is my just flat
like that
line
is what beer should
example of beer. When you hear beer, that's what I think of. Everything else fluctuates. You add shit to it. They're stronger. They're light. Whatever. But that's what I picture a beer as. And then again, I don't really care for it apparently. So who the fuck knows? Anyway, it's episode 152. We didn't want you to get confused.
Take three.
Fucking, hey, go to, Patreon. Patreon.com/dapperddads. Go there. There's still stuff there. There's more stuff than ever.
We do things a lot for you guys these days.
Yeah. www.thedapperddads.com. That's where everything is. You've heard it before. You'll hear it again. Unless we die. Call 402.
We're gonna die soon.
Yeah, we got a death lottery pool planning, including all the listeners. Call 402-7-DAPPER. That's 402-732-7737. You can also text it, and we will never reach out to you first, no matter what. Even if there's a fire or Slim's extra horny, you will not be contacted. Unless you
no matter how horny I get, I will not reach out to you, but you can reach out to us. Reach out and touch us, but not me per the paperwork that I had to sign.
Yes. And even if you contact us, we will never in the future contact you out of the blue. We only respond. We do not instigate, no matter what filth you sent us years ago. Go to dapperdadspodcast@gmail.com. Type a long, heartfelt email about how you hope we're doing well and you miss us and you love us and we're the best. And then delete it and don't send it because we never get emails.
Yeah, to get all your true feelings out and then never send them to us, so we're always left wondering.
Yeah. And then go to Twitter @dapperddads and follow us. I don't even know if we tweet anymore. Same with Instagram @dapperdadspodcast. Follow us for our once a week Instagram posts because it's hard to think about doing anything else anymore. How about that, folks?
Well,
how about that?
How about it?
All right, and that's it. Now can we pack up, go to Subway?
We can definitely go to Subway. I'm craving a veggie. I'm craving a veggie delight.
Not the same Subway. We have to go to two different Subways.
Oh, so you're gonna go to a Subway and then I'm gonna go to a Subway?
Yeah, but I'll FaceTime you.
I mean, I figured since we drove here together, we could just go to the Subway together.
This isn't like a social distancing, like COVID thing. This is like I've decided I no longer wish to be seen with you in public type of thing. They're similar, but drastically different reasoning.
Does this have anything to do with becoming a eunuch?
Me or you? Because
I'm certainly not a eunuch.
You were, but not,
you know what I mean.
Not the same day. We both had what we like to consider accidental eunuch incidents, I suppose.
I think that's just called we each separately don't get laid for a minute.
No, I mean I don't have testicles.
Oh no, that implies like you were born without them, or you had like
no, they were cut off.
An orchidectomy.
Do we know what a eunuch actually entails?
I thought a eunuch was somebody who cut their shit off so they didn't fuck anybody because they love God and they didn't want their dick to get in the way.
Oh, I thought it was like when someone's castrated, like someone else did it, not the person.
No.
Oh, yeah.
This is why we need the monitor.
I know. I'm looking it up on the laptop. It's no monitor, and I tell it that every morning. But
I'm not going to run and tell it how stupid it is.
The actual definition is a man who has been castrated, especially one employed to guard the woman's living areas in a Oriental court. Did that help? Did that help you? Because that for sure... All right, let's go to Wikipedia because it makes everything clearer. This definitely implies that it is done to people and not people do that to themselves. Eunuchs would usually be servants or slaves who had been castrated to make them reliable servants of a royal court where physical access to the ruler could wield great influence. Seemingly lowly domestic functions, such as making the ruler's bed, bathing him, cutting his hair, carrying him in his litter, or even relaying messages, could in theory give a eunuch the ruler's ear and impact de facto power on the formerly humble but trusted servants. So, yeah,
why would they get their dicks cut off?
To make them better servants, I guess.
That I think I'd just kill myself.
I mean, this also appears to... I'm trying to figure out when this all came about, but it looks like it goes back fucking far. You know what I'm talking about?
Like way too long. Like people, let me tell you kids something. People have been chopping their dicks off for other people for way too long.
The first...
Wikipedia fucking told me.
The first date I see, just glancing through, is 850 BC. So
wow, that's before the Croissan'wich, guys.
Yeah, that's oddly enough before castration. So
interesting. We're looking at two different timelines here, because the way I remember history is there is before the Croissan'wich or crunch wrap in some regions, and after the Croissan'wich and crunch wrap.
Well, the Croissan'wich that's only been like what, 20 years?
You can still get a Croissan'wich.
I know. I'm saying, so your timeline, BC, is just like 20 years ago. I'm saying, when did the...
No, we're living in AD, so we're living in after Denny's.
Yeah,
so
but you're talking about before Croissan'wich.
Yeah,
they haven't...
Before Croissan'wich is the time before there was a Croissan'wich. It wasn't invented.
Which was only...
And now we are living in the period after which the Croissan'wich was invented. God damn it.
Shut the fuck up. I want nothing more to be with you when we record these, because sometimes you just completely don't get what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying, when was the first Croissan'wich? It was not that long ago, right?
No, what I'm saying is it had to be so long ago.
Okay, so you're saying that the first Croissan'wich was 2,000 and some years ago.
I can't put an exact number on it. I think only God can put a number on it, but historians will, we'll say 2000. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and say that 2000 BC was, 2000 years ago was when the Croissan'wich was invented.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be 2000 BC. That would be 4,000 years ago. And I don't even know if that's possible.
So zero AD was 2,000 years ago?
Yeah. After Denny's.
So Denny's and the Croissan'wich were both born at the same time. What came first, the Croissan'wich or the Denny's?
But it was also, so 20 years, Jesus was murdered in front of everybody, and then 20 years later, they opened up the first Denny's, serving the first Croissan'wich. Am I correct?
Spill the tea. Yes, queen. Yes, queen. Yes, queen.
All right. Well, I'm glad we figured that out. And then, when did the eunuch thing come in then? I think we lost our main point.
So, 850 BC is what you said?
Yes.
So these poor fucking dudes are getting their dicks chopped off, and they don't get to enjoy the mediocre, savory greasiness of a Croissan'wich?
I mean, everyone can enjoy the Croissan'wich, whether your genitals have been mutilated or not.
We've become such corporate shells. It's a fucking nightmare. This is what the History Channel turned into if you haven't watched it recently. They're like, are you telling me people who were slaves for kings never got to enjoy the delicious new double sausage McGriddle? And they're like, yeah, I'm afraid not, Timmy, at a time before Croissan'wiches. There's just people writhing in agony. Oh, I need savory breakfast deliciousness on the go.
All I have to say is that this eunuch Wikipedia is thick. There is so much. Basically, everyone cut everyone's...
Thicker than a eunuch?
Huh?
thicker than a eunuch?
I mean, you'd have to show me. It's hard to say.
I mean, I feel like if they got all their shit chopped off, there's no more testosterone being produced, so they got to get thick.
Maybe. I don't know. There are some, Jesus Christ, there are some detailed accounts.
Is that what we call them?
No, I don't think we should continue with that.
Is it in poor taste?
I would say so. Yeah.
Baby thinks my eunuch jokes are in poor taste.
This breaks down like each different area's like procedures, and some of them are rather unpleasant sounding, believe it or not.
I mean, is there a pleasant way to get your dick and balls chopped off?
Yeah, isn't there like a medical castration?
And that's where they knock you out with a fucking hammer first.
I don't know if that's medical.
It's medicinal.
No, you're thinking of weed.
No, you're thinking of meth.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't remember why we brought up the eunuch thing in the first place, but if you want to read one of the longer Wikipedias
Someone is screaming at home right now. Because you talked about this, god damn it. Get to the point.
Now I found at the very bottom, it's there's both castrato singers. Is that what it would be said? Where they
I was gonna bring this up. I was thinking about that, where they like chop their balls off as young boys so their voices don't drop.
Yeah, before puberty. So they retain
there's like one recording of a castrato out there. Look it up. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think it's right here. The sole existing sound recording of a castrato singer documents the voice of Jesus Christ. Go. I don't know, dude. Alessandro Morsky.
Alfonso Portobello Mushroom.
Oh, boy.
Alfonso Mozzarella.
He died in 1922, which would be...
Damn shame.
1902 after Croissan'wich. Or after Denny's, excuse me.
He never died. Did he get to enjoy died.
Never mind, he never died. You don't die in this time.
Never mind, he's the new spokesperson for BK.
Yep.
His high, angelic, childlike voice just singing in the commercial, and at the end they're like, just come get a fucking piece of bread with sausage in it, you piece of shit.
It's not just a piece of bread, you piece of shit.
It's a sandwich. It's a croissant.
It's a croissant-wich, motherfucker. It's patented. It's a croissant sandwich. God damn, haven't you had one of these after you've been doing nothing but ripping Mad Dogs and doing whippets and computer duster for 17 hours straight, and you see the sun coming up for the third day in a row, and God blesses you with 2 for $3 croissant sandwiches because you were lucky enough to be blessed in a time where your dick and balls were not chopped off and you were allowed to live after Denny's?
I know what I'm doing this weekend.
Becoming a eunuch and then tasting a delicious croissant sandwich.
No, the other one where I was doing the meth and the computer duster.
Oh, yeah, definitely doing one of those big old things. Having a 3-day bender.
I mean, it is a holiday weekend. That's right, folks. Tomorrow, if you're listening to this the day it comes out, and you better be, is the 4th of July. And we wanted to just remind you of all the pets and all of the wonderful war veterans that have PTSD. So shut up your goddamn fireworks, okay? Until you're drunk at 3 a.m. and someone goes, "You want to go throw all these in that dumpster?" And you go, "Of course I do." And then it's 3 a.m. and you throw a bunch of M200s around a dumpster because you can't make it in anymore. Huh? How about that? Then you change your mind. You say, fuck those people and those dogs.
I have no idea where this PSA is going, but I literally feel like it broke neck speed, like Kanye West and Mike Myers, where he was like, George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Same struggles.
Because you're like, don't set off fireworks for the veterans and animals unless you're very drunk and it's 3 a.m. and it sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, this was just taken from my real life. I got
way too hammered and threw a bunch of M200s in a dumpster.
Around a dumpster. Couldn't make them in. Fucker was closed, it turned out. But
Turns out you can't just blow the lid off.
I believe if it would have landed perfectly, it could have cracked the lid, but I don't know. Anyway,
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I didn't even tell my story. I was just going to say I had one of those, I drank on Saturday for 15 hours, and specifically in the sun for most of that, and I got very sunburnt, and it took...
Oh, I saw your tweets.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot about those. But it took until today to feel normal again. One of those.
Wow.
I usually only do that like 2 or 3 times a year. Those ones where you're like, I think I might have broken my fucking brain. I fried it from drinking so long and so much. And then the sun, just the sun. I'm still very sunburned, but I was outrageously sunburned. On top of sunburn. I got sunburn on top of sunburn, and I just sat there and let it happen.
Man, I still haven't gotten any sun.
I don't know how. This sun's been fucking brutal. I got, sunburn on sunburn currently. My thighs. They're absolutely fucked.
My thighs are absolutely fucked.
Yeah, and then at 2 different locations on that day, I lit off fireworks. And, yeah, usually I'm like, they're so loud and, like, a little ridiculous. And then I have just a little bit to drink or, like, so much to drink that I'm like, let's fucking go. That's my PSA for tomorrow, if you're listening to this on July 3rd. Get some fucking
I'm just
fireworks.
drinking on the other side of the screen while you've been doing all of this.
I mean, the other side of the screen, I don't look at that screen.
Yeah, don't look at that screen.
I look at a different screen. I look at a screen that shows up red when we talk. And if it's not showing up red, the people are
I look at a
hating
screen
it.
that shows statistics.
I'm looking at the
Like
fucking sun
type.
blasting through my window at me right now. Can you get sunburn?
Maybe you should close the blinds.
I can't get up. It's so far away. Can I get like sun, like tan through a window?
I don't see why you couldn't.
Yeah, but I feel like it would happen way more, right?
I mean, how often are you just sitting in
my shirt off.
sunlight in a window for?
I'm doing it right now. I'm taking my shirt off. I'm going to sun my back.
You taking your shirt off?
Yeah, hold on, because I won't be able to hear you. Give me a second.
I was going to say, man, I want to be like me. Get like me. Just get naked and record because you're by yourself. It's so nice.
Okay, I'm back. I can't tell if it's really like hitting my back, and now I have to look at my
Now take your pants off.
No, I'm very
I'm
very taken care of in the sun department when it comes to the legs.
That's fine, but I'm just saying get naked and record. It's episode 152. Live a little bit.
No, I wouldn't. My penis is sad currently.
Mine is too. It's fine. I'm naked over here. We can all be naked.
Are you naked?
Of course I'm naked. I've been naked every time we record.
It's 6:30 p.m. on a Tuesday. Why would you be naked?
Yeah, and I'm home. Because I'm home. Why would I wear clothes at home?
I don't know. I don't understand people who live like you. Mainly just you. No one else does this.
What?
That's insanity.
It's very liberating. I don't see what your problem is.
No, it's not. It's very discouraging. You leave shit
Why
stains
does
all over
my
your
naked
couch?
body that you don't? Why does my naked body that you don't have to see make you so angry?
I'm saying if it was my own, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how it's comfortable. I traditionally like to be in more clothes. I'm shirtless now, trying to experiment with the sun. And
see, I plan on being entirely shirtless at the cabin.
Yeah,
for a while.
You keep bringing it up. We get it. Jesus Christ. All you ever say.
I'm just letting you know. I want some sun.
This is like the 10th time you brought it up. Get sun before, because you're going to fucking burn. Because this sun this year is like a super sun somehow. And I don't know if it's just because...
somehow it's a super sun.
Because I don't know if it's because we haven't been allowed to go anywhere. But I'm telling you, when I initially burned my thighs on my new hammock, they were not out for that long. And that sun just like ravished them. And then last week, or this past weekend, I was probably outside... I don't know, not even that long. And I was in the shade for a bunch, and then I just sucked it up to be in the sun around games and fun for like an hour or two, and it absolutely fucking burned my arms and legs again. Like, it's the super sun. You're going to go to the cabin, you're going to take that shirt off, and your chest is going to explode, but you're not going to die. It will mainly affect your ability to drink beer.
I just want to die.
Yeah, and we'll just be drinking and be like, wish you could drink some beer, but every time you drink it, it just falls out of your blown out, stupid chest. Because someone didn't
And
get
that
enough
theoretically means I could drink more beers than anyone.
No, no one. If you're drinking beer and not getting the effects, then you're just a big poser. And you don't want us to start shouting that. I don't get how it's a
poser if I Can you guys like hold hands over my chest so I can get the beer in?
There's not enough hands. What are we gonna do? Find someone from a campground? Say, hey, do you want to come put your hand over my buddy's exploded, grotesque chest so he can get a little bit of beer in him?
Yes.
No one's gonna sign up for that. This is the worst time to have to ask for such a request. You're supposed to not touch strangers' chests, is what I've been told. A lot. By a lot of people. A lot of people have yelled at me and said, stop touching people's chests. But
people haven't said, don't hold the stranger's chest hole up so we can drink a beer.
I'm going to say that people would probably be like pretty unwilling to assist in that.
I mean,
if
they're fucking dorks, maybe they won't. But if they're real chill guys, they might.
So you would do it
if they're real
asked?
Cool gals.
You
know what? If there was a dude at the beach,
hey, my buddy is just you need you to hold it close. We gotta give him some beer, come back alive.
You'd be like, yes,
does it
sir.
have to be that guy?
Who the fuck else is gonna come up and ask you such a request?
None of us sound like that.
I will after I've seen your chest explode. Sometimes I think you don't think of the real look of
also exploded your talk box.
No, just because have you ever seen a man's chest explode because he showed it to the sun? My voice changed because I never seen such a bitch.
In a past life.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. That's the voice that's going to come up. And you're going to go over there, and it's going to be way more gnarly than you were expecting. And then that guy's going to be yelling instructions at you.
Like, oh, the diner, he's dying, nah.
And you can't fucking live with that.
And neither can the fucking word of it. Everyone's just pointing at the guy, and he's like, and everyone's putting their hand up, and he's like, and he's like smoking 3 cigarettes at once.
Yeah.
He's like,
He keeps going faster, and you're like, why would speed help with this? Wouldn't it be more of like a compression situation?
He's like, no more big words, please. My friend, I barely know this guy. He's dying.
Well, which one is it? He's your friend or you barely know this guy? Yeah, I'm just saying, I don't know if you would be as responsive as you're acting right now.
Faster. I love this voice you're doing. It's so good.
Just wait till it becomes a thing like the Ray Romano thing, and then you won't love it.
Weird creep voice. I think that's what this is.
No, it needs like a name. You know what I mean?
Ralph.
I knew a Ralph, and it doesn't fit this scenario. That's my problem with giving anything a name, is I'm always like, I know that name. I only know one version.
How's it going to be when we actually have children? We won't be able to name them because we're going to be like, I know something. I know something.
I think of that all the time, and I think of like almost every name. I know someone who sucks. So then I'm
going to have to give them like a weird, stupid name that they hate me for later, like Mega Man.
Yeah, or the tiniest little Reaper. That's my baby's name.
Wow, your wife is going to fucking shoot you when she sees that birth certificate.
Who do you think signed the birth certificate?
Hey, honey, you were just bleeding everywhere, so I just went ahead and named
You
the
know
baby.
how women do.
Mind.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. That was wrong. I should have said,
you know how women do.
There it is. Yeah,
bleeding everywhere.
If you're going to say something bad.
Imagine holding my newborn son with the biggest baby dick you've ever seen, and I just go,
welcome
what
to the world,
boy.
Little man. Welcome to the world.
Welcome to the world's tiniest raper.
Well, I thought you said something really bad, and I was like, whoa.
Whoa, shut the show off. Turn it down. Shut it down.
He called my big dick, beautiful baby son a tiniest little raper. He hasn't even had a chance to do that. It's not even possible. He wouldn't.
His eyes aren't even open yet.
Yeah, he hasn't even made that shit that they smack out of him. you know?
That weird first time shit.
Yeah, the doctor smacks the shit out of your ass. And
cuts your dick and smacks the shit out of your ass, and then they're like, he's born. You're like, that's my boy.
That's my boy.
My dad always says how the doctor almost dropped me, and then he had to like jump down and also try to catch me. But I think it's large cap, I'd say, if I was me, and I am.
Huge cap. The doctor did not drop you. Your dad did not almost get you.
My dad dropped me later on in life off of a 5-foot cement ledge onto concrete. On my head.
How old were you?
Very little.
32.
No.
You're
close. Warmer.
He was just holding you on a ladder at 32. And he just drops you on your head. Fuck.
I said some cement ledge onto concrete, not a ladder.
But what? Cement, like it was like an apartment. Explain it to me.
My sister had a dance recital, apparently. Like, I was so young, I don't even remember this, and you know how I remember everything.
Yeah.
So, you know Stop and Go on Charles by Culture Shock?
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah.
You know that big circle building that makes no sense, that you've never even been in? There's just a bunch of other shit in it?
Yes.
That wraps around the Stop and Go. So, apparently that's where her dance recital was. And there was just like a half wall, to separate like an entry to a building, I suppose. I don't know. It's been gone. My dad just always tells me this. And he was like getting my sister and me, and then he just set me up there. And then my grandma was coming, so I turned around and I looked at her and I just leaned back and fell directly on my head onto concrete. As like, I don't know, probably like 3 or 4, maybe.
That's rough, buddy.
Yeah, it explains a lot now. And then I'm always like,
did you fucking freak out?
But I'm like, I would think I killed my kid if that happened.
Oh my God, yeah.
I would be like, it's dead. I'm not even going to go over and look at it. I don't want to deal with that kind of trauma in my life. I'll just move on and make a different one.
I can't stand to see my child's brains all over the pavement.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get a bunch of people to put their hands over his head so he can drink beers. I don't want him to live like that.
I don't want my son to be at the beach and people have to hold his head and then he gets asked to hold the guy's chest because he's part of a weird group of men who are all dropped on weird things by their fathers, and that's how they bond, and they're together for this lovely beach vacation on the river, except these other guys got the cabin they wanted, the weekend they wanted it, and so they come up to them and ask them to help you guys drink beer, and then they make it seem weird, like they're not supposed to help you. Like you would help them drink beers if they were guys whose fathers had dropped them on weird things. Look at fucking Mike over there. His dad dropped him onto a concrete construction pole, and now he's got a big hole in his chest, and so the beer just comes out.
Is this 2 things? Is this how I rekindle with my long-lost son that I thought was dead?
Yes.
Amazing. I love it. And 2, this isn't a question as much as like just a tip, I'd say.
An observation.
I don't feel like you want to have if this feels like a daisy chain, let's say, of men holding huge holes in other men, and they all have holes. And I feel like you would want like some people who don't have holes to be held. You know what I mean? Like it just feels like we're one like rock in the ground from tripping, and everybody's dead somehow.
I mean, I'm not saying that's what it is, but I mean, like, are you really helping your fellow man out if you can't hold the hole he got in his body from a traumatizing experience with his father so that he can chug beer?
I mean, is he...
I don't get why we got to hold that kid's head hole closed so he can chug beer, but we're going to do it.
It comes out of his head.
Because this is America, and we hold each other up, not tear each other down. I don't care if it doesn't make sense that I have to hold his head so he can drink beer. His dad dropped him off a 5-foot concrete ledge at his sister's dance recital.
Goddamn beautiful.
Goddamn, holy fuck, what beer commercial is this? I want to buy the beer.
I'm tearing up. I haven't cried in 16 years, never mind its blood.
I haven't cried in 16 years since my son was born, and He's born with a hole in his fucking stomach.
Oh, see, that's just not
That's
fair.
naturally where the holes are supposed to be in his stomach so he can digest food, but he was born with them, goddammit.
Yeah, my son was born with a belly button, but I thought it was some sort of like infection, so I tried to dig it out. Just dug a hole straight through his back. Biggest hole for dripping beer.
And now his buddies look through it like a telescope every time they're drunk.
Yeah. And he pretends like it's fun, but he's kind of sick of feeling like the butt of the joke.
He's sick of his friends getting really like close to his lap and like laying on his dick and balls because it hurts.
He's sick of his friends getting drunk and peeing through his back and out of his stomach when he's not looking.
And they're like, whoa, check it out. They're sick of his friends using him as a glory hole.
Yeah, the one even sucked the other guy's dick to take the joke too far.
Oh my God, yeah. The girl doesn't even suck his dick. It's his butt facing the girl, and then his friend is sticking his dick in the front.
I just got real confused.
Okay, so instead
paint me a picture.
Like one of the French girls. Okay, so in a quid pro quo situation, if you had a hole in your abdomen where your friend could stick his dick through, and theoretically a girl could use it as a glory hole, it would make more sense for you to face the girl so that she could also please you while she is sucking your buddy off through your abdomen hole. But instead, your friend is very selfish and you are drunk, and so you are facing him. And so basically your face is in his gut while his dick is through your stomach hole, and the girl is behind you, so she's basically smashing up against your butt while blowing your buddy through your abdomen hole.
Well, maybe you could find... Thank you. That was, all side note, beautiful job painting that picture.
Thank you.
Can't wait to get it framed.
Can't wait to get it framed and blow my brains out all over it, because what the fuck?
I feel like you could maybe find some joy in the bumping of the butts. But maybe that girl didn't want to suck two dicks, especially one attached to a man with a huge hole in his chest. No one wants to blow that guy.
But she'll suck a dick through the hole in his chest? What kind of person is this? She's a monster.
Don't kink shame. You can't tell people what they can be into.
Okay.
You piece of shit.
I'm the piece of shit. Okay, I feel like if she is not disgusted by sucking a dick through the chest hole, then she needs to not be disgusted by the normal dick on the guy with the chest hole. It's not like he's asking her to put her fist in his chest hole. It's not like he's saying, finger my hole. He's not like saying, hold me by the hole or eat my hole out. He's just like, give me a regular blowjob while you suck my friend's dick through the hole in my abdomen that my father put there when he tried to scoop up my belly button with a melon baller.
Maybe it's too much for her to process. Maybe next time. That's what I would say as the friend.
Well,
I'd be like, maybe next time.
She, okay, if she's going to say no, she needs to say no at any point, because at any point she can say no and decide she's not comfortable with it. But it feels weird to get like the entire, it's like you wouldn't go to a restaurant, order a whole meal, look at it, and then be like, oh, this isn't what I wanted.
I mean, I would beg to differ. I constantly...
Has that ever happened to you?
Yeah, I in the short time I spent delivering pizzas at Chuck E. Cheese, that would happen more than you could imagine. And you know, maybe more than any other food, how pizza always looks like pizza. There's almost no surprises that are worthy of completely turning down a fresh cooked pizza. Because if you order a sausage pizza, it looks like a sausage pizza. Even if the sausages are cut like wide instead of like little balls, you're like, it's still sausage pizza. It's still good. Yeah. And people would be like, this is not what I was expecting at all. Or they would eat the whole thing and be like, I want my money back. It wasn't what I wanted.
That's insane. I can't imagine doing that.
Oh yeah. I mean, no one who's a sensible, reasonable human being should do it. I'm just saying it happens more. If I saw it, I probably saw it a handful of times. But I rarely delivered pizzas. I'm sure this is a thing that people who deliver food more regularly at shitholes can confirm. People are absolute fucking shit. And that's why we can't have restaurants anymore.
This is why we can't have shrimp on pizza.
Yeah, this is why one time I feel like when we worked together, you know how jobs are like, hey, sorry that you have to work on holidays and we don't pay you enough and we don't give you any sort of benefit for actually working here. But there's free pizza in the break room. And you're like, oh, great.
Yeah.
That completely covers up all the wounds that I have from this job. One time I swear to God that when we worked there together, I don't know if we were actively working this day and enjoying the same pizzas, but there's like several pizzas. And I reached down to like a lower one and just grabbed a slice. And I feel like there was like, this sparked in my head because of the cheese curd pizza picture that was texted to the dad chat yesterday. It was something like that, but I almost feel like it was like little chicken poppers, like tiny little breaded something that completely changed the game. And I mean
like popcorn chicken on a pizza? Like someone just made a Walmart pizza and put the popcorn chicken on it?
Right, but I feel like their popcorn chicken was bigger. I can't remember. But yeah, it was something like that, and I could not figure out, even while I was eating it, exactly what it was. But it definitely didn't seem like just a cheese curd or something. It felt like, yeah. Or like I've had shrimp on a pizza one time, and felt like maybe it was like, yeah, like breaded shrimp. I don't know, man. But I think about that a lot.
It sounds like you're really passionate about it.
Because I just remember being like, what the fuck? And then I looked at the box, and it was like one of the, Walmart ones that just, it didn't like say anything specific on it. But there was something different. And then I'm always scared that it was something like weird and gross. But I don't know.
But like you loved it.
Yeah, and I'm always like, maybe we add, popcorn chicken. Do we add breaded shrimp? Like, what do we do? I want to, because it's hard.
I would say breaded shrimp.
I would too. That seems like more. But I feel like maybe it was then chicken. Because like I said, I had shrimp somewhere. Somewhere had a pizza that was like, here's all the shit, idiot. You fat piece of garbage shit. That's what it was called.
Here's all the shit, you stupid fucking bitch.
And then, I had it. And, you could specifically tell the shrimp and then the rest. I've also had that in a burrito where they're like, hey, here's everything, moron. And then you're like, I really don't. This is too much. This isn't as good as if there was just like one or two of these things in it.
Mm-hmm.
But, I feel like there's nothing that really redefines a pizza anymore. And I feel like whatever that random person that day did redefined the meaning of pizza.
Because I feel like every time they try to innovate pizza at places now, it's in the crust. It's never in the toppings, you know?
Right, because you'd assume that we've done everything with toppings. Pizza's been around since...
You'd think.
Well before Croissan'wich. And I don't know.
Was it after Denny's, or could it have been after Domino's?
I don't know.
After deep fried little things on a pizza that we'll never know.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to say, but I wonder what you could put on a pizza that could change the game.
I saw a crab Rangoon pizza somewhere that seemed really interesting. It was like pizza with like sweet and sour sauce on top. It was like a mozzarella. I don't think it had marinara, but it had mozzarella cheese. No, it was cream cheese based. It was like cream cheese, mozzarella cheese, spring onions, imitation crab meat, and like wonton strips.
I hate crab Rangoon, but
see, I love crab Rangoon, they also had a dill pickle pizza that seemed really good to me personally, but I know it wouldn't be good to some people.
Yeah, I feel like what I want is like still like traditional pizza, marinara, cheese, and then something on top of that. Because I feel like if you take away the marinara, what are we doing? We could do whatever we want then. It becomes less about the pizza.
Right.
Not saying that they're not good.
There's some places that put like cheese, like a cheddar cheese sauce down on like different pizzas.
I used to have a Toppers by my house, and I only ordered from there one time, and it was for myself. I was home alone, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get a fucking pizza, and I got. Goddamn, what was it? I know it had cheese sauce and tater tots on it. And then like some sort of meat.
See, that seems game changing. Tater tots on a pizza, or like even like there was potato skins on a pizza.
Right, but there was no marinara on this thing. That's what I'm saying. Is like this was just like nachos at a certain point, but on like bread. And it was good. It was so great. I tried to jerk off before the pizza showed up, and then they showed up before I was done.
Was that pizza?
Yep. And then I ate a bunch of it, like probably half of it to myself. And then this never happens to me, but like half an hour later, I had to take a wild shit, like a miraculous shit. Not in the good way.
Not in the fun way.
No. So that, and then I never ate there again, but it was a super good pizza. But yeah, that starts to become like, it's not, we're just using the term pizza as like a device. You know what I mean? Like it's in the shape of a pizza.
Right, like we're just calling it a pizza, yeah.
Right. I feel like you need marinara, cheese, and then that's what I want to add shit onto.
A crust.
Right. And that's what I want to add stuff onto because that's still a pizza to me. But I feel like there's stuff that needs to be explored there because, yeah, we're taking this other way of like completely redefining a pizza. And that's cool. And I'll fuck with it. But I want to see what we can do to a traditional pizza. Like, I feel like shrimp on a traditional pizza, breaded shrimp specifically, would be good.
Now, see, my sister sent me a picture down where she lives of a shrimp Alfredo pizza.
Interesting.
And she got one. And she said that it was fucking incredible. She said that it was amazing.
I once had.
She said She said it was like basically like when you get a dish of like shrimp linguine or Alfredo, but on like pizza crust, basically.
Yeah, because at a certain point you're just adding bread to like a pasta dish, which is phenomenal. Because that's what I was gonna say.
But I mean, isn't that what food everywhere is? Isn't it just bread with stuff on it?
Right, but yeah, I mean, like that's what there's like a thin line between. Because yeah, what I was trying to say is I can't remember what it was. When I worked somewhere a while back. Someone told me about some place. I cannot for the life of me remember where the fuck it actually was, but it was like 45 minutes or an hour from my house. And I thought it'd be like a fun place to go. And then they had like unique types of pizza. And I had one that was like a spaghetti pizza. So like you bite into it and it's just full of spaghetti. And it was great.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm like, that's not really pizza. It's just a convenient spaghetti sandwich. And then I had a second one, like, because you could just get like a slice. And I can't remember what the other one was, but it was something similar where you're like, this is really good, but it's just really weird. Specifically, biting into pizza and having spaghetti fall out is a very weird thing.
Yeah, that feels like something out of a nightmare, if I can be 100% honest with you.
I mean, it was good because I always like bread with my pasta, but sometimes they're difficult to, like, you know what I mean? Bring them together.
They're difficult to manipulate, yeah.
I'm throwing them all over my clothes. I look like shit, like stupid bitch.
You look ridiculous.
Yeah, and not in the normal traditional way. But
you're a goddamn stupid moron who can't eat spaghetti without slurping it.
Yeah, I would love that more than nothing else. I would eat spaghetti everywhere I went, and I would specifically bring it if they didn't have it. And I would just slurp away, and I drink coffee. Because sometimes I'll be slurping coffee so loud, and I'm like, it's crazy how we just accept that that's the way we do this. Like coffee and tea.
Right, like this is fine.
You're like, you can slurp the shit out of it, get yourself an iced tea, shake it for fucking 6 hours in public, because we all do it. Well, I don't know why, it's just like a fucking feeling in your hand. Like, I gotta shake this shit up again. And everyone's fine with that. But anything else, you're like, you better not slurp that. Unless it's coffee. So I'm just drinking coffee with spaghetti, and I'm just slurping.
Because when you get that coffee, it better be 500 fucking degrees, so you got to really just sip it for a while.
Yeah, hot coffee, cold spaghetti. I mix them together, delicious milkshake. Ooh. I'm slurping it at the table with your family. I was not invited.
Oh, yeah.
I'm saying.
I was not invited. I've brought my own coffee drink.
You guys want any of this?
Hey, you guys want to have a latte? That's what I call it. It's a little event made by yours truly. And then I'm a real Thomas Edison in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? I'm a real Rocky Dennis in the bedroom, if you know what I mean by that. It's like that means I'm a fucking monster.
My perfect man.
Real Ralph Waldo Emerson with a pen and a piece of paper, if you know what I mean.
I don't.
Don't get the fuck out of my house. No, not until you try my spaghetti-o latte. It's delicious. It's just spaghetti I cooked in the coffee. Would you care for a sip, man?
Spaghetti-o latte makes it sound like you put SpaghettiOs in a latte, which is less exciting.
It it makes me feel like it's a latte, but it has a SpaghettiO flavored syrup in it that's been created by some fucking monster.
That's somehow
and
worse.
It also has a SpaghettiO garnish on top with like nice little, like a flower pattern of the O-rings with like some of the sauce squirted on top. So you gotta get that. And then there's like a sauce drizzle too when you get like the Frappuccino version of it.
What about the meatballs? The weird, gross meatballs that have to just be trash, but they're pretty good actually.
I was going for they're like dog food, but like it's good dog food. Like if you had like a big tin of them, you would fucking eat them with a spoon. Like you could sit there in like an apocalypse bunker and eat these little SpaghettiO apocalypse meatballs until like the sun goes down. I could eat 5 pounds of SpaghettiO meatballs before I had to throw them up, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely put them away, but I don't know what they would do to your body. I used to eat...
Oh, they would preserve you so that any atomic blast would simply do nothing to you.
I used to eat fucking... God damn it, what was the soup? I think chicken dumpling soup. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Chunky?
Huh?
Campbell's Chunky?
No, not Campbell's. I'm going to Google it. No.
You just hang up the phone.
No.
I'll fucking kill you the next time I see you.
I'm talking about like a specific, like this company made 1 can of soup and it was chicken dumpling.
Chicken and dumpling.
And it was one of those cans where you open it, you tip it over and you have to shake it so hard and then it just falls out in the shape of a can.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, perfect. This is going to be perfect. And as a kid, I would eat it all the fucking time. It was like a white and blue can, I feel like. No like name brand, just some shit. And it would one always be super hot and super cold. And it was just like, looking back at it now, I'd probably still try it. But like, I remember just like, you bite into the dumplings and you're like, what is this? And then it's like that weird stringy kind of chicken. And you're like, what is this? Yeah. Oh, I think it was Swanson chicken and dumpling.
I was going to say, when you said blue and white, I was thinking Swanson, but I don't recall them ever making a soup.
No, yeah, I'm looking at it right now. That's why I just came up with it. Swanson chicken and dumplings. And, oh yeah, I got to try this shit. It's just, oh my God. It's got to be some, just like, it should be illegal. It should not exist, for sure.
Like the quality is so bad?
No, as a kid, I thought it was great. It's just one of those, you know how there's things you will eat and enjoy, but almost every time you eat and enjoy them, in your mind, you're like, what is this? This is so gross. Like, the fact that this exists is upsetting. Like, it tastes good, but how, like, there's no, like, not even healthy. No even, like, normally regulated way that this should exist. You know what I mean? Like, you're eating dumplings out of a can, like, as far as soup dumplings, are just like balls of mush. Firm balls of mush. And eating that out of a can, I always have that shit where I'm like, this is fucking gross.
First review I find of it online, 3 out of 5 stars. First off, this stuff is thick.
Yeah, it's very thick. That's what I mean. It would come out in the shape of a can.
It's not some runny sauce. I had to add a good God. People get way too into their reviews of products online, which I appreciate sometimes, but other times I'm like, bro, do something else.
Well, yeah, because usually when you like read one of those long reviews and then you get it and you're like, oh, I didn't even have to worry about that. It's not as whatever specific as this man thought it was. Yeah, it's a good thick ass soup, and like I said, I'd love to try it again because it's been a long time. There's just certain things, I think specifically when they're canned, that I'm like, ugh, what is this? Like, I know what this is supposed to be, but this could really be anything. Like, eating a dumpling out of a can could really be a lot of other things.
Uh-huh.
So, I don't know.
And how long has it been? Because I feel like whenever you do like a dumpling, because call me crazy here, every time you know, like Chef Boyardee raviolis?
Yeah.
They're always overcooked. Every time you get pasta in a can like that, it's always overcooked because it's been just sitting in the shit for so long.
Right. Yeah. That's what I mean. It's things where you're like, this is good enough, and like I do enjoy eating it from time to time, but like thinking about it too much grosses me out. And yeah, it's not the best version, because like when I think of like dumplings in soup, they're more like biscuity on top, Like, because I usually put them on top of the
Yeah,
soup.
I think like Bisquick
Yeah, exactly.
when I think dumplings.
These are little, like, they're balls because they're in the sauce. You know what I mean? They're in the can. So the whole thing's soft but firm. I don't know. I can think back to it. And as a kid being like, I don't bite into anything else like this. You know what I mean? Like, this is such a soft yet firm,
Right.
like, I don't know, like an eyeball, I'd guess. Something like that. And that's what it could be, is a can full of eyeballs.
Did I ever tell the Dinty more beef stew story on here?
I believe so.
About my grandma?
I think so. I need like one more key clue to know for sure.
Okay, so my grandma had gotten a can. They used to eat a lot of Dinty Moore beef stew when my mom was growing up, until my grandma opened the can and there was a giant wad of gray hair on top of it.
Yes, you have told this. It's equally as upsetting hearing it again.
Yeah. And then she wrote a very stern letter to the company, because that's what you did back in those days, and they sent her a case of Dinty Moore beef stew as an apology, which she immediately threw out.
Right. Places love to do that.
Oh, we're so sorry our product gave you violent diarrhea and was filled with hair. Here's a bunch of it.
If you get both,
we screened for quality.
We took only our best employees' hair and put it in this one.
We only took the finest Rat King hair that we found on the floor of the factory and put it in here. It's soft as a feather and goes down the gullet quite easily.
If I eat hair and have explosive diarrhea, I'm going to be so pissed. It's like one or the other. Am I right? Yeah, I'm suing. Yeah. I'm getting the cheapest lawyer.
At that point, because I can forgive one.
Yeah.
Like, if there's hair in my food, okay, shit happens. I don't like it. I would like a different one, please. But, like, it's fine. But, like, if it gives me the shits, like, it is what it is. But if I take it home, bite into it, they're filled with hair, and then 5 minutes later, I'm on the can taking a shit like you after eating half of that nacho pizza, yeah, I'm mad. I'm suing the company. I'm suing whoever gave me this bad sandwich that tasted like tinfoil.
Yeah, I mean, you have to, at least to take up some of their time and get your voice heard. I want to look
because for every person that says something, there's 10 that don't.
Exactly. I want to look up that Topper's Pizza and let you know exactly what it was, because I forgot exactly.
Yeah, please.
But I know that they have some, like, eccentric pizzas.
Some uniquely eccentric pizzas.
Oh, yeah, it was a loaded totza. So this is ranch sauce topped with 100% real Wisconsin mozzarella cheese, tater tots, applewood smoked bacon, green onions, and drizzled with nacho cheese.
Wow.
It was fucking good. It looks fucking good right now. But I know I can't make the same mistake twice.
You could.
I mean, I could.
Is there even a Toppers near you?
No, I think it closed down, believe it or not.
Well, believe it or not, the nacho tater tot pizza was not sustainable for a business model.
I mean, they have a lot of other pizzas. They have regular ones too, but yeah, I don't know. Which fucking sucks, because they were next to a Wingstop, and that some of the worst service I've ever gotten in my life, and fucking Wingstop sucks dick.
Yeah, Wingstop is fucking awful.
Yeah, I saw a truck being unloaded outside of that exact Wingstop like 2 days ago, and there was like a curious amount of things being like the entire huge truck was unloading into the one Wingstop, and I was like, I don't know what.
There's no way they sell that many wings.
No. Because I fucking ordered it online and showed up, and they were like, all right, we'll get that started for you. And then I'm like, again, I order things online to prevent the awkwardness. And I usually show up a couple minutes after to ensure that the food has been properly prepared. And then they're like, oh yeah, we'll get it started. And then they like didn't have ranch and all this shit. And I think they were out of fries too. And I was like, what are you? Are you even a business? What are all the fucking boxes in the parking lot? Piece of shit.
Why? What were you people getting in if it wasn't chicken, for the love of God?
Yeah, I think it's a drug front, because Rick Ross owns Wingstop.
Ooh.
Just saying. The nearest Toppers is in
Janesville. Wingstop.
The nearest Toppers is in Janesville. You wanna take a trip?
I'll take a trip.
All right. I don't remember what else is in Janesville, but we'll figure it out.
I guess, well, it seems like all we talk about is shit to eat. So I guess we'll just find a bunch of shit to eat and then talk about it.
I know what Janesville has. A Fuddruckers, which not that location, but another one gave me violent diarrhea. Another time I had to miss a festival.
So let's go to this Fuddruckers and see if there's a bunch of hair in the food.
You want to do just a diarrhea tour? I'll show you all the places.
The Dapper Dads do a very ill-timed coronavirus food tour of the USA.
Yeah, I'm not going to Fuddruckers unless I can go in and squeeze as much nacho cheese as I decide is appropriate on my food, which is the only selling point of a Fuddruckers, is there's just a thing of really good nacho cheese that you can pump on whatever you want, and almost no one stops you.
Almost no one, except for that cop.
Yeah, there's usually a person behind you in line, and they don't stop you, but they just do like that. And you're like, oh, you got breathing problems, bitch? You got something to say about how much nacho cheese I'm pouring over my potato wedges?
Are you fucking coughing in this restaurant right now, bitch? Get away from this nacho cheese dispenser.
Yeah, I'm going to empty the nacho cheese because I find the burgers to be overpriced. So I will cover everything.
I'm going to empty the nacho cheese because I find the food to be overpriced, and I'm going to eat my weight in nacho cheese to make up for it. My wife left me 3 days ago.
Because I wouldn't stop eating the cheese from the Fuddruckers.
Because I won't stop going to Fuddruckers without a mask and putting my mouth on the cheese dispenser.
Yeah, I bet like just open food like that is going to take a big hit. But the worst part about that Fuddruckers, and I know I've told the story, was I sat down and then my Facebook for some reason was doing that shit where it's like, we know you're at Fuddruckers. You want to talk about it on the internet to your friends? And I was like, no, who does that? And then I clicked and it said first review. I normally love Fuddruckers, but this location gave me violent diarrhea. And I was like, haha, what a bitch. And then I ate and then I went home and I got violent diarrhea.
Huh. That's what you get for calling someone a bitch.
I didn't say it out loud. I just thought it. And I think much worse things with almost little to no repercussions. Much worse.
Well, if you're Catholic, if you thought it, you said it.
Yeah, I'm very, very Catholicismed.
Very Catholic-based.
I love the Pope. The newest one.
Well, you are a eunuch now, aren't you?
No. Not yet.
Yet.
Because I'm not going to read the whole Wikipedia, so I really don't know.
You could.
I have one ball, if that's what you're referencing.
I thought you had two.
No, that was well before coronavirus. I lost that second ball. You were there. Pool table accident.
I was there when you broke your legs.
Yeah, we've all been there when I broke my legs several times. No, the pool.
I was there when your feet stopped working.
That was where my legs, technically. I guess it's hard to tell.
I was there when
you weren't there either.
I was there when your dog left you.
Well, I don't like to talk about that one.
No, no one does, but I was there.
I'm talking about the pool table accident that left me with one testicle.
Oh, you mean where you sunk the corner pocket, technically?
I mean, I sunk it into that lady's drink.
Well,
it knocked that olive right off that toothpick in that dirty martini.
Nobody ever said that you didn't win that game. Let's just put it that way.
I wasn't even playing.
Wasn't even playing. I was trying to get the fuck out of there. I hate that bar.
I was going to the bathroom, had one of those awkward things where you like are walking towards someone and you both try to go the same direction, then you go the same direction again, then you go the same direction again, then you say, thanks for the dance.
Oh, I hate that you just it's so awful. Fuck.
Yeah.
Then you also have one of those real awkward, I got to piss boners.
Oh, yeah, traditionally.
Because I'm very drunk and so I'm very horny, but then I got to pee and I'm like, ugh.
Then you got to pee in the hand dryer because it's the only place to put it when your dick is leaning towards upright.
And you're sticking it in the weird Tesla hand dryer and you're like, who's going to take care of this?
Did you say Tesla hand dryer?
Yeah, you know the weird one? You just like stick your hands in. Dyson is a Dyson hand dryer.
Yeah. I was like, who the fuck knows the brand of... I just yelled so loud, I think I broke everything. But yes, the Dyson one. Yeah, everybody wants to put their dick in there. Even people without dicks. It just makes so much
Everybody
sense.
wants to put their dick in the Tesla and drive.
Yeah, I was like, Elon is up to some new shit, I guess. Or the band? Are you talking about the band Tesla?
No, I'm talking about Elon. But it does play Tesla music when you stick your dick in it, ironically.
Almost no one is ever talking about Tesla the band, which sucks. I saw them live when I was a kid.
Talked to Elon last week. Told him my dick too fast.
Do you think Tesla the band is pissed that Tesla the car came out? Because it's got to completely like demolish their SEO.
Like overshadow them.
Yeah, like I'm sure it's hard to Google Tesla without being like Tesla band. And anyone who enjoys the music of Tesla is too stupid to work a computer anyway. So
that's fair, yeah.
I don't even remember what Tesla songs.
Old statement. Turns out we have a ton of Tesla fans that love the show. They're like, hey, fuck you. If I could read, I'd be really upset.
Yeah, if I could get on a computer, I'd leave you guys a negative review, but I don't know how.
I have to have my fucking son show me how to play this show on my phone.
Only listen to Tesla on CD in my car.
I only listen to Tesla's greatest hits and the Dapper Dads. Wow, you should have killed yourself a long time ago.
It's the perfect playlist. What was the most popular Tesla song? My parents fucking loved Tesla.
Of course they did.
Oh yeah, I'm Googling Tesla now and it's difficult. Damn.
It's like Tesla destroys small town in California. It's like, no, I just want the band.
Oh, it's probably because I was typing Telsa.
Like Tulsa, Oklahoma?
No, Telsa. What You Give?
Telsa.
What You Give is the most popular love song? I don't know. I'm going to have to listen to Tesla, but I'm scared I'm going to have some violent type of flashback.
Don't do it. It's a trap. Yeah, it's a trap.
I do remember all of these album covers immediately as soon as I see them now. Wow.
Sad life you had.
Oh, did they do the song Signs?
No, that's Ace of Base.
Signs everywhere, the signs. Breaking my mind. No, that's why I sang. Yeah.
My eyes, I saw the sign.
That's why I sang the one I was talking about, because I knew you were completely
I sang
wrong.
the one I was talking about.
Are you?
Because I think it's better.
Oh yeah, they did sing the signs I was thinking of. So that's probably their biggest song. Do you know that song? Signs everywhere, the signs fucking up the scenery, breaking my mind. Do this, don't do that. Can't you read the sign? I didn't know they said fucking in the chorus. That's ballsy.
I have never heard that song.
Really? I feel like that's gotta be their biggest song. It was popular. It was on the radio a lot.
I feel like I'm gonna need you to send me some Tesla songs.
I think if you just go Tesla and then songs. For some reason, Signs isn't their top one. Love Song, I don't know from looking at it, but I'm sure I would remember it like a lot as soon as I heard it. And then What You Give seems to be the one that comes up the most, but I don't know. I might be something I repressed because I used to really fucking hate
Modern
Tesla.
Day Cowboy?
Yeah, I saw that one, but that doesn't ring even the slightest of bells. I don't know.
Little Susie. Signs live at Trocadero?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. See, that's their big one, baby. Signs. That's probably their best one in my opinion. If I had to sit down and listen to Tesla, it would probably be Signs. Can't wait.
It is on the Tesla 20th Century Masters, so I will give you that.
Yeah, I guess Are you on Spotify?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, what's just their first song that comes up for them? With the
Modern Day Cowboy.
Oh, really?
17,000. Well, no.
17
Love
million.
Song is 22,000. Modern Day Cowboy's number one, though.
Yeah. What the fuck was that?
That was me leaning on the bed.
Oh, that thing is noisy. God, you've been abusing it?
Oh, you know it, baby.
Jesus Christ. It sounded like a fucking go-kart being started.
Tesla's love song playlist.
Yeah, that's for when you want to make a baby. That comes out stillborn.
They made it.
Yeah, I don't know. We're going to both have to take Tesla deep dives. I would love to know if any of our fans even know who Tesla is.
Well, related are Jackal with a Y, so I know what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the evening.
Do you know Jackal?
Hell yeah, I know Jackal.
Okay, I think if you live in the Midwest, you have to know Jackal. My dad had pieces of things that the singer of Jackal would chainsaw live on stage.
Oh, God, he was one of those guys.
Yeah, and he hung them up in our house.
Oh, wow. Your house has such an array of things in it from the things that you've told me that I would never want to go inside of it.
Yeah, it's not as crazy as it sounds, but it was still pretty crazy, I would say. But yeah, some sweet old Jackal. I feel like my parents went to see like the same like 5 bands constantly because they were constantly going to see Jackal to the point where I thought Jackal was like a local band.
Isn't that kind of what we do?
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. But I think it usually means that who you're going to see is not very big in the grand scheme of things. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because it's tougher to go see Kanye West all the time, or Travis Scott, or Kendrick Lamar, or Tesla, because they all died in that train fire.
Did they really?
No, that'd be fine. What kind of train fire? Damn.
I was gonna say, that's fucking wild. Why were they all on a train?
I bet it's like shockingly easy to see Tesla
Shooting a music video.
Yeah, what was it? It was like at Summerfest. I was probably like 10 or 11. And yeah, we got to see like a special concert of theirs that was being filmed for like a DVD. And that footage never came out. And my sister always loves to joke it's because she looked so unhappy being there. And we were like super, super close to the stage. And we had to like stand on these bleachers. It was so weird. And the only thing I remember is how bad it reeked of vomit. Like vomit. Like you don't go places. And that's what I thought. I think I told my dad, like, it smells like puke. And he's like, yeah, buddy, that's going to a concert. And so my whole life I was like, when you go to concerts, you just got to get used to the puke smell. And that has never happened until I went back to Summerfest last year. And it reeked of fucking vomit. And I'm like, so you people just show up to the Summerfest grounds and barf everywhere? We also saw so many people smoking cigars, which could lead to the barfing. I don't know.
Yeah. Smoking a cigar in the sun will absolutely make you barf.
I think people just drink like you would not believe. Because you see people who are like, when you see people at like a public thing that are so drunk that you don't even know like how the police or paramedics haven't been called or like something to save someone's life because they're just like dying on the ground being so drunk. And it's like 4:30 and you're like, wow, I don't know when you started or when you're going to learn to end or if this is your permanent end. And then I kill them.
Oh my God. Why do you have to kill so many fat drunks smoking cigars at Summerfest?
Because they won't bring Tesla back. They released the Tesla video footage. Show 10-year-old me
damn it.
having an okay
Show
time.
my unhappy sister.
Yeah, my parents having the best time, me having an all right time at times, and then my sister having the worst time, arms crossed, scowling.
Oh, I assumed arms crossed just because I know her, and I'm really happy I was right.
Oh, yeah. Young, my sister, arms crossed, scowling, changing the world. Because I love the idea of
watching Tesla sing Love Song.
I love the idea of that actually being what happened, and they like show the footage to the band, and they're like, I think we should just scrap it. Because there's
like the band gets really upset. They're like, God, someone was that unhappy watching us? I thought we spread more joy and love than that, guys. We wrote Love Song. Yeah,
they're like, there's this 16-year-old girl who is not having a good time. We can't release the footage. We can't even let anyone ever even know it happened. So, folks, if you can find...
That's why we haven't released the live tour footage of our shit yet. No one's happy in the audience.
Yeah, that's our live shows have been spectacularly bad. Yeah.
Audience count has been down recently, too.
Yeah, and everybody who is there doesn't seem very well. They're like coughing and have a fever, and a lot of them have holes in their body that other men have to put their hands on.
Like, we're checking for fevers, but we can't do anything about it.
Yeah, we just like, do you have a fever or not? And then they're like, I do. And then they're like, okay. I don't know what the next step is. That's all you ever hear. I'm more concerned.
I swear to God, I just heard someone let off a firework outside.
Oh, I'm sure. And it's definitely not me or anyone that I know, because that would be crazy. That's not anything that...
As the phone had just a crazy amount of feedback just now, I'm like, wow, did you hear that?
Yeah, I don't even know what that could be about. Well, that scared the shit out of me and sounded like shit.
As it should.
It spiked on mine. Like on my vocal track. That's how loud you were. Oh, it went through my headphones. Wow. That's why. You piece of shit. I also can't hear it anymore.
I'm so sorry.
And I'm partially blind in one eye.
Oh.
Yeah. So maybe think before you can't
blame me. You're the guy who set up the equipment. Blame whoever made the equipment.
I didn't set up your phone and your jackass personality.
Oh, excuse me. I'm the only one who can set up my jackass personality, and I set it to jackass.
Exactly. That's the problem. Then you scream, and then I forgot what I was talking about, but I was going to make a very strong point. You piece of shit. Oh, yeah.
Something about
our live
Tesla.
show. Our live shows, I can't perform under the pressure of watching 6 men having to hold holes in the next man next to them in a circle. What
While
if
they're
one
all
of them
coughing and trying to chug beers?
Yeah, what if one of them comes undone? Then they all come undone.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it a million times.
And that's a bad look on us.
Yeah, because what if they die, you know? Then they're going to be like, local podcast blows holes in 6 men. But you know, it'll be abbreviated, so it'll be like blows 6 men. And then we're just fucked.
Local podcast blows 6 men. And we're like, come on, you got to... You couldn't say hole in. You couldn't just make the letters really like long.
Yeah.
It's a headline, for fuck's sake.
I'm going to say it's a smear campaign as soon as I can, because I love the term smear campaign. I'm going to say it
right now. Somebody's paying the media to make us look bad.
Yeah, smear campaign. I'm going to say it over and over, because you don't get to say smear campaign.
You don't really get to say it about your own life enough. You get to see it about other people's, but not your own.
Yeah, we all pray for the day we get a smear campaign against us. So we can say, it's a goddamn smear campaign. You don't get to say smear enough.
Witch hunt. I want to say witch hunt. That's what I want to say. I want to say, this is a goddamn witch hunt.
No, then we're going to get the witches against us. And you know how hard it is to bounce back from that.
But everyone knows how pro-witch I am.
I mean, yes, you've been on the books pretty frequently, pro-witch, but they're going to hang you. They're going to burn you. They're going to throw you in the water and see if you swim. It's not worth it.
Well, it's not worth it, but you know what? History is rarely fair from what I've learned recently about eunuchs and witches.
Listen, just say smear, because you don't get to say smear very often. You never say smear.
You never say smear. Can I get a smear of cream cheese on that bagel, please?
Yeah, and it makes so much more sense. This window's all smeared.
Could I get a smearing of ranch dressing, please?
Why don't you smear that pussy on my dick? Like when they're rubbing it on, they're on top and you're not fully hard yet and it's not in yet and they're just rubbing it up and down, you know?
Stop. I can only get so hard when I'm naked.
Hey, stop.
Stop. I can only get so fucking horny.
You know, and she's just taking her dick and getting pretty hard and just smearing it up and down with her whole pussy lips.
Pussy so wet that she's smearing it?
Ooh. I just keep thinking of that really unpleasant name for that game that you can't say anymore that involved the word smear. That's why we need to say smear more so we can rebrand it.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't say that anymore. That's a real unfortunate time in the history books.
Smear and cheer, can we say that?
Yeah, I mean, I love that. Is that what? So she smears my penis and then I cheer out of joy?
If my penis was getting smeared by a girl, I would definitely cheer her on.
It's one of my favorite things that I feel like we've never talked about.
She's like smearing her spit on it, like she's getting a gold star.
Now it's not my favorite thing anymore. I'm talking about that.
Well, it's mine.
That very specific sliding up and down motion before the insertion when the woman's on top. It's classic.
I know.
It doesn't get talked about enough. The ladies need to know so they can go rub it.
They need to know so they can do it more.
Yeah, it's great, and it just helps. It's just the best.
Ladies, grab it, rub it, guide it in.
Oh yeah, 1,000%. Unless we can
1,000%.
Unless we can get so like wrapped up into kissing and touching, and we both keep thrusting, then it goes in on its own successfully. That's the best.
That's why we're just like that's God saying, that's God sliding it in for you.
Yeah.
Picture Jesus' hand.
I do.
It's a hole in the hand. He's guiding it in.
And then I high five his other hand, and then I apply pressure.
You high five the other hand while you're. Go on.
I apply pressure because, as if we've learned anything in this episode, it's that if you find a hole in another man, you need to be there to help clog it so he can drink beers.
And apply pressure so that he can do what he needs to do. So are you smashing your girl through the hole in Jesus' hand?
It was implied, yes, and I'd prefer we don't take it back because it makes sense.
I mean, you know what? They always say leave room for the Lord.
Wow. Wow, we've really done it. We've really ruined our relationship with the religious community that loved us so much.
Oh, yeah, because we were really hoping for their vote for the next term.
Yeah, the next term of being allowed to podcast. The votes are in.
They actually have to vote us in. If you listeners didn't know that, you actually have to go to the Underground Podcast Network and vote for us, or else they're gonna fucking kill us.
Yeah, you never. The only way out of being a podcaster is in a box, is what they told us when we started.
You know what I'm saying? You want to be a level 1 weenie or a level 50 podcast boss?
Yeah, which sucks that we got stuck on level 50 weenie, and we don't evolve past that ever.
Yeah, like I just kept. I'm like king of the weenies, but I don't want to be a weenie. I was told that I could be a boss by level 50. I would still be a weenie.
We throw our weight around when it comes to weenies, but we're still.
My family can't stand me. They call me king of the weenies.
Your family doesn't call you.
My family doesn't look me in the face and talk to me.